Flirt pole. What is it and how to use it safely?
Okay.
The flirt pole that we're using today is made by Squishy Face Studio. It is one of the best flirt poles on the market, and we're excited to tell you more about it. The lure portion at the end has the option to come with squeakers, if that's what your dog likes. The cord is stretchy, making this a super fun toy for your dog. It attaches firmly to the pole, which has a nice, comfortable grip as well. In our opinion, this is the best flirt pole on the market, and it's why we were really excited when Squishy Face Studio agreed to sponsor this video. To learn more about this company and this awesome toy, check out the description below. And while you're at their website, use code Red Pointy Dog to save 15% off at checkout. Before we talk to you more about the flirt pole, we want to address a few common concerns. The first question we often get is, will this teach my dog to chase things? Using a flirt pole will not encourage your dog to chase all moving things, but rather to have a good time chasing the lure at the end of the flirt pole. The second most common concern we hear is, can this make my dog's prey drive more intense? And the thing about your dog's prey drive is that it's not going anywhere. You can't teach your dog not to want to chase small critters and things like that. What you can do, though, is teach them to build impulse control around those exciting behaviors. The flirt pole will give your dog an appropriate outlet to exercise their prey drive and allow you to turn it on and off appropriately. In fact, if your dog has a strong prey drive, we highly recommend you get them a flirt pole and play with it with them, following the rules we will outline throughout this video. Because the flirt pole can be very exciting for your dog, we want to encourage you to teach them to have rules around this fun game. That first rule is sit to start. Once your dog is seated, you can then give them permission to play with the toy. Once they've caught the toy, you want to encourage them to relinquish the toy from their mouth and give it back to you with a game of trade. Lastly, we start the whole game over again by asking your dog to sit before we start playing. Let's quickly address some safety considerations. The flirt pole should not be a toy you play with your dog indoors. We strongly encourage you to only play with this toy with your dog outside, and you also want to make sure that the surface you're playing on is soft. Sand, grass, dirt, that's all fine. Avoid things like asphalt and tar. Lastly, it's important to consider your dog's age and physical capabilities. A young puppy may enjoy playing with a flirt pole, but it's important to consider if that's appropriate for them at their stage of development. And if you have an older dog with any physical limitations, again, this can still be fun for them, but you should be able to modify the exercise to be appropriate for your dog.
Good. Okay. Good boy. Good job. Go fit. Good. Good.
Ask your dog to sit before you start the game. This will help to teach them over time that to be able to enjoy this awesome toy, they have to first wait patiently.
Okay.
Once seated, you can give your dog permission to play with the toy. This will help them to understand that to engage with something exciting, they have to first be given permission to do so.
Good boy. Good job. Go fit.
If your dog doesn't know drop it on cue, then you'll have to trade them to get them to spit the toy out of their mouth so you can continue with the game. We'll outline that a little bit further.
Good.
First, I want you to think about how exciting the flirt pole is for your dog. Are you trading them a treat that they'll want to spit the toy out for? You always want to trade up. This means that if the toy is really exciting and you offer your dog a low value treat, they may not want to spit the toy out for you. Instead, barter with them that's something that is high value that they'll enjoy eating. Now we can take these rules to the next level. If they've been sitting to start very well, now we can ask them to sit and wait. Then, just like before, we will give them permission to play with the toy. Next, when the dog gets the toy, we'll ask them to drop it on cue alone. Then the process starts all over again, and we ask our dog to sit and wait before we start the game.
Sit. Wait.
Sit and wait to start. This will help to take their impulse control to the next level.
Okay. Yeah.
After they've sat and waited for however long you would like them to, you will then be able to give them permission to play. If your dog is struggling with waiting for the toy, make sure you start with a small pause first, maybe 2 seconds, then 4, then 6, and over time you can get more and more challenging.
Boy, come on, Mons. You got it. Come on, good job, buddy. You got it. Good work. Good boy. Come on. Come on, go. Drop it. Good.
Then drop on cue. Over time with trading, your dog will associate the cue, drop it, with the physical behavior of spitting the toy out. Eventually, you'll be able to simply say, drop it, and have them release the toy.
Wait.
Lastly, have them sit and wait to start the game again. No fenced-in yard? No problem. You can easily play this game on leash as well. We recommend having your dog on a 15 to 20 foot long line, a body harness to make sure that if they hit the end of the leash, they don't hurt their neck as well. And lastly, you will need a fair bit of coordination for this to work as well. You'll play the game following the rules outlined before, but this time you will have a leash in your opposite hand. It's important that when your dog is chasing the lure, that you keep that leash hand up high to prevent your dog or yourself from getting tangled in the leash. Thanks so much for watching. If you're interested in trying out a flirt pole with your dog, check out the link in the description box below. Let us know in the comments if you like this video or if you have any questions. Also, if you end up getting a flirt pole, let us know how much your dog likes it in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And remember, please hit the subscribe button so you can continue to see all of our free training videos.